All right, New York Knicks beat the San Antonio Spurs 105-95 in game 1. And shout out to Knicks fans. I'm a Spurs fan. I do like the Knicks though. They're a really likable team. Jalen Brunson's a total dog out there. I love watching him. Karl Anthony Towns, people used to say he was soft. I think he was a little more zesty than soft. Anthony Towns, he's always been a really physical player. Cat's always been really physical out there. Has a great three ball. OG Anunoby's an absolute dog. Jose Alvarado made some big plays. It was just an awesome performance for the Knicks as a team, to be honest. I live here in San Antonio. So many Knicks fans in town right now, and I love to see it. Just as a basketball fan, to be honest with you, I'll see Knicks fans on the street. Then we'll talk shit to each other just in fun. It's all good, fun basketball competition. And I just love it, dude. Spurs lost the game. I hate that the Spurs lost the game. But as a basketball fan, I loved watching the game. Officiating was never a topic at all in the game. It was really well officiated. And officials should never be a topic. It was just such a refreshing brand of basketball to watch. And again, I'm heartbroken the Spurs lost. It's just game one. It's just one game. But as an NBA fan, awesome game one for the finals. I'll get to the player stats in a second. Here's a lead chart real quick, though. New York is in blue, of course. San Antonio is in black. New York came out. They got up 8 points in the first quarter. Jalen Brunson knocks down his first three. That was his first shot ever in the finals. Wembanyama comes back. He's on Karl Anthony Towns. He dribbles left and hits a nasty fall away right there at the free throw line. So Wemby and Jalen Brunson both knocked down the first shot of their NBA Finals career. So that was awesome to see for those two guys. Champagne's on fire in the first quarter. We'll get to him in a second. Spurs get out. We get up 10 towards the end of the first quarter. Champagne's going crazy. Knicks start to chip away, and they end up getting the lead by 3 points right there in the second quarter. Spurs go on an avalanche, get up 14 points. That was the biggest lead for the Spurs, was 14. New York's biggest lead was 10 points. Don't want to say I thought the game was over, but we're up 14 points, and I was just thinking this is a humongous time in the game. We can either push it up to 20, or like what ended up happening, New York can chip into the lead and end up going into the fourth quarter only down 3 points. Again, we'll get to player stats in a second, but New York's 10-point lead was at the biggest time. It was at the end of the game when they were up 10, and Jalen Brunson just knocking down just stupid, ridiculous, really, really tough shots. And I hate to see it as a Spurs fan, but I love to see it as an NBA fan. Again, New York's entire team, you can hate New York for being a big market, but their team is really likable, to be honest. I hate the Thunder. I cannot stand the Thunder. Spurs don't like them. They don't like the Spurs, and it's just all bad blood. No bad blood in this series so far. Maybe it changes as things go on, but both teams just play awesome basketball, and it's just great to watch. Again, New York wins by the 10 points, 95-105. Spurs have the 54 rebounds. That's a lot of fucking rebounds. New York has 49, so the Spurs do win the rebounding battle. Josh Hart had 15 rebounds just by himself. I'm really not surprised. I would hope that Wemby would get more rebounds than Josh Hart, of course, but he led the game in rebounding. There was a series, I think it was last year, and Josh Hart averaged 15 rebounds for an entire series. So, such a weird skill set he has. He can knock down threes. He can get hot from time to time. He can attack closeouts and get to the rim pretty well. But he's just like the ultimate connective player you can have. He finds his teammates. He's awesome at attacking closeouts and getting kickouts to his teammates. I want to say he had 5 steals this game. He's awesome on defense. He can play 1 through 3 for sure. He can get mismatched on a power forward and still do a pretty good job down there. And Josh Hart, I don't know how many points he had, but he had 5 assists, 5 steals, and 15 rebounds. And that's what they have him out there for, and he was amazing. We'll get to his actual stats in a second. New York has the 20 assists, Spurs have 16, so that's pretty close. New York does have the 8 steals, the Spurs have 4. 2 of the steals at least were in the fourth quarter. De'Aaron Fox tries to throw a pass to Wemby. He thinks Wemby's just going to kind of post up there on the left wing and catch the pass. But if y'all remember, Wemby spins and goes baseline. De'Aaron Fox throws that pass right to, I want to say it was McBride or somebody. But we go down to the other end right off that turnover, and Landry Shamet gets a wide open corner three that he knocks down. So that one really hurt. It's probably the last minute of the game. Wemby dribbles the ball off of his foot, and that one really, really hurt as well. And then Jalen Brunson, I want to say it's a 4-point game or a 3-point game. He's ISO'd against, I want to say it's Vassell. He hits a little pump fake step through and just hits a ridiculous jumper. Vassell played perfect defense, and Jalen Brunson just hits a Jalen Brunson-like shot, and he's just such an amazing player. Both teams have 4 blocks. Knicks only have 8 turnovers all game. Did an insane job taking care of the ball. Spurs have the 13 turnovers. Again, that one in the fourth quarter where De'Aaron Fox just throws the bad pass. Wemby had the one where he dribbled off of his foot. Thought the Knicks did a good job defensively. They're a really good defensive team. But I thought a lot of San Antonio's turnovers were just self-inflicted. And hopefully we can clean those up as the series goes on. There was another one, if y'all remember. I want to say it's the third quarter. Wemby's going left against Karl Anthony Towns. OG Anunoby's behind him. Looks like OG gets the steal, but Wemby just lost the ball. So again, that's another turnover we can control and hopefully clean up on. Game was just a fucking rock fight. I'd love to see it. Spurs shoot 36% from the field. New York shoots 42% from the field, so both teams did not shoot the ball well. Spurs shot the ball worse, of course. We're 36% from the field. And you're usually going to lose games if you shoot 36% from the field. New York is 31% from 3. Spurs are 25%. Felt like we shot the ball better, but Julian Champagnie was just on fire to start the game for the entire first half, basically. Then we just cooled down. I know Devin Vassell had a bit of an off game. De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle weren't knocking down those open threes either, so that's something to watch out for. We're 80% from the line. New York is 89% from the line. Not a huge difference, but it's a pretty big difference, and that can really make can really win or lose you these kind of games in the playoffs. Moving on to the player stats. Let's see, New York. They go 10 deep. They have good depth out there. Jordan Clarkson makes an appearance. He has 6 minutes. Mitchell Robinson plays the 13 minutes. He has 2 points, 6 rebounds as well. So that's pretty big. That's pretty big, the 6 rebounds in 13 minutes. His one basket he made, I remember, he gets a lob. I want to say he goes over Wemby, and he just kind of gets a hard layup. It was an and one, and he ends up missing his free throw. But 6 rebounds in 13 minutes. Did a good job defensively on Wemby, and I thought Mitch Robinson had some good minutes out there. Miles McBride, he has the 6 points. He's 2 for 7, 2 for 6 from 3. Does get the 4 assists, so he did a good job just being a connected passer. And then has the 6 points. Not a really efficient night for McBride, but I think most Knicks fans would take that from Deuce McBride. If you can give me the 4 assists, I'd like to see him knock down one more 3 or just one more shot. But this is a decent game from Deuce McBride. He'll probably have some better games than this, but he did enough out there. He's a good defender out there as well. Does get the 1 block. Thought Jose Alvarado was huge out there. He plays 10 minutes, knocks down his 1-3, I want to say, in the second quarter. He's 50% from the field for his 7 points. Gets 4 rebounds in 11 minutes. It's just inexcusable, dude. You got to box out Jose Alvarado. He has the 1 steal. Of course he does. He always gets a steal, it seems like, when he gets any kind of minutes out there, and he gets the 1 assist. Knocks down the 3. It's on the right wing in the second quarter, I want to say. And then also in the second quarter, he blows by Wemby. It was really nice, dude. He blows by Wemby. He has the rim right there to kind of protect his shot. And he just gets the ball up on the glass just so fast. And Wemby ends up getting a goaltend. If Wemby doesn't block the shot, it probably just doesn't even touch the rim because Jose Alvarado just put it up so quickly. I don't think he was really trying to make the shot. He was just trying to get it on the glass because he knows Wemby's coming over to block it. And it was just a great play by Jose Alvarado. He brought so much energy off the bench, like he normally does. Josh Hart has 3 points. He's 1 for 5 from the field. He's 0 for 3 from three. So he just fucking sucks, right? If you just watch the box score, what the fuck, Josh Hart? You had 3 points. You missed all three of your threes. You were 1 for 5. You had a shitty game. Why are you playing? Then he has 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. They must have changed it because last night they said he had 5 steals. They must have changed one of those steals. Then he has 4 blocks. He has 0 turnovers. He's plus 22. He's the biggest plus minus in the entire game. And then, of course, he is, dude. Like I said earlier, Josh Hart's such a weird player. He'll have games where he knocks down 2 or 3 threes, and that's just icing on the cake. But it's easy to say. We need to do a better job boxing out Josh Hart. Every time any team plays the Knicks, they know Josh Hart's going to crash the boards, and he just always finds the angle. He's always in the right place at the right time. He's like 6'4", maybe a generous 6'5", but he's just an absolute dog out there. Again, 3 points, misses all three of his threes. He's 1 for 5, and he has the biggest plus minus on the court. Again, the 4 steals, and aside from the 4 steals, just playing awesome defense just all game long. He's just an awesome team defender and a really good one-on-one defender as well. Awesome game for Josh Hart. He was so great out there. Landry Shamet feels like he never misses. He has the 13 points, 3 for 6. He's 50% from the three. I remember one of them, I want to say it's the second quarter. I think Vassell's guarding him. He hits a pump fake, sidestep. He dribbles right and hits like a little sidestep, step back three. And he just fucking rips it, dude. Feels like Landry Shamet never misses the 13 points in the 33 minutes. And he just never does anything stupid out there. He's pretty much always going to make the right play and not do any boneheaded things to help the team lose the game. But Shamet was great out there. Micheal Bridges, he has the 9 points. He's 3 for 6, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, the 2 steals. Just plays really good team defense. He was off from the field in this game. That's not even really fair to say. He shoots 50% from the field. There's going to be other games as the series goes on where maybe OG Anunoby's off, maybe Jalen Brunson or Cat aren't having the best game, and then Micheal Bridges will probably have some 15, 20-point games pretty much for sure. He's for sure going to have some games like that. But with Micheal Bridges, he just kind of feels out the game. They just needed him to take 6 shots tonight and be efficient on his 6 shots. He knows Jalen Brunson. Well, more Karl Anthony Towns had it going. They all believe in Jalen Brunson. Just get me to the fourth quarter, have the game close, and Jalen Brunson feels like he's going to be able to close out most of those games. And so far, he has done that all playoffs long. But a good game for Micheal Bridges. Same thing with him and Shamet. Just super high basketball IQ. They're not going to make any boneheaded plays. They're always going to be in the right place at the right time. And he just has such great chemistry with OG Anunoby and just the rest of the Knicks team. Speaking of OG, he has Jalen Brunson had 13 points in the fourth. I want to say OG Anunoby had 12 points in the fourth quarter. Kind of same thing with him and Micheal Bridges. They're just going to sit back. They're going to be in the right place at the right time. Once you need them, they're going to step up and probably have a big impact. But OG's 5 for 12 from the field. He's 3 for 6 from three. Puts up the 17 points. I think it's pretty good efficiency. I don't know the exact percentage on 5 for 12, but I think it's good efficiency, and he just plays godlike defense every single game. Has 1 steal and 1 block. Of course he does. He has 0 turnovers. Of course he doesn't have any turnovers. He was -6 on the plus minus, but plus minus doesn't always tell the whole story. One play for OG Anunoby that sticks out for me, probably the main play that sticks out for most people, I would think. He has Wembanyama on the right wing. It's in the fourth quarter. It's probably under 3 minutes, I want to say. Under 3 or 4 minutes. Wemby is maybe 2 feet away from him. OG hits him with like 2 or 3 jab steps. jab, step, pump fake, jab, step, pump fake. Wemby kind of closes out a little bit. He takes a step back, takes a step forward. As soon as Wemby takes one step back and puts his hand down, OG Anunoby just rips a three right in his face. And it was fucking gross, dude. It was just a nasty-ass three. As a Spurs fan, I hate it. As an NBA fan, it was just nasty. I love that. I love that triple threat type of stuff. It reminded me of Carmelo Anthony on that specific play. Just jab, step, jab, step. As soon as your hand comes down, just let the three fly. And it was just nasty, dude. He just waxed it right in Wemby's face. I'm a big OG Anunoby fan. Cat was awesome out there. He plays at 34 minutes, 18 points on 7 for 15. He does miss his 2 threes. He only takes 2 of them. But like I was saying earlier, Wemby is just all in his jersey. I'm sure that was our game plan. Don't let Karl Anthony Towns knock down 5 threes on you, because he can definitely do it. But like I said earlier, I'm sure the Spurs will make an adjustment for it. But Wemby just all up in his jersey, and at least 3 or 4 plays where Karl Anthony Towns just blows by Wemby, gets all the way to the rim. He had one, I want to say it was in the fourth quarter. He had an and one, and he also has the 12 rebounds. He has the 4 assists, only 2 turnovers. He has the 1 block as well out there. Karl Anthony Towns, he's soft and he sucks on defense. That's the narrative around Karl Anthony Towns. I never really thought he was soft. He's still kind of zesty. I always thought he was zesty, but he's always been a really physical player. I guess he used to flop a little bit. He'll still flop sometimes, but not like he used to. And he just plays really physical ball out there again. He didn't make any of his threes, only shoots 2 of them, and we did a great job not letting him get room out there for the threes, but he made us pay for it again. He's just blowing by Wemby, got at least 3 or 4 layups at the rim, and all those layups were him just blowing by Wemby on the perimeter. I wasn't sure if Wemby was going to guard him or guard Josh Hart and just be a roamer. He was guarding Josh Hart for stretches in the game, but Josh Hart just does such a great job, just always moving around and always being in motion. And then Cat, he just made us pay, dude. Again, just blowing by Wemby for those layups. On the other side of the court, he played really, really well defensively. And I think he already kind of dispelled those rumors. The Knicks are in the finals. Whether they win or lose, I'm a Spurs fan. I hope you guys lose again. But whether they win or lose, I think the narrative about Cat being soft and the narrative about Cat being a bad defender are pretty much out the window. He has all the tools to be a good defender. He would just get tunnel vision. He would get caught ball watching at times and just have low effort on defense at times, but it's been nothing like that all season, been nothing like that all postseason. And he's been a positive defender. If you said that 3 years ago, people wouldn't believe you, but he's just been awesome all playoffs long. Hats off to Cat. Jalen Brunson, I hate him right now because we're playing against him as a Spurs fan, but I'm a huge Jalen Brunson fan. He's such a hooper out there. He has 30 points on 31 shots, and who cares, dude? Jalen Brunson's a volume scorer. If he's 0 for 12, he's going to keep shooting till he's 0 for 20. If he's 0 for 30, he's going to take that 31st shot. He's always going to keep shooting. He's going to die on his sword, and I hated to see it tonight because he made so many clutch shots and just killed us. But as an NBA fan, I love to see it, dude. He has the 31 points. He's 12 for 31, just above 33% from the field, so that's not good. He's 2 for 9 from 3, just under 25% from 3, so that's not good. He knocks down all 4 of his free throws, so that is good. He has 3 rebounds and 2 assists, so that's not good. He has 4 turnovers, so that's not good. And who cares, dude? Again, he did enough to have the game close in the fourth quarter. His teammates did enough to keep the game close, and that's always the thing with Jalen Brunson. Just have me in the game the last 5 minutes. and I'm going to bring us home. And he brought the Knicks home tonight. Again, he has the 3 rebounds, the 1 offensive rebound, and it came at the biggest time. I mentioned it earlier, him and Devin Vassell are going up. Jalen Brunson tips it out to, I want to say it's Josh Hart, and then Jalen Brunson relocates for the corner, knocks down a huge 3. The Spurs were up 1, and that gave the Knicks a 2-point lead at that time. Then he has another one. It's on Devin Vassell. That one was the dagger. I want to say it's a 3-point lead. Y'all know the play I'm talking about. But he's on Vassell. He's like right there inside the elbow. He hits like a step back. He pump fakes Devin Vassell. Vassell doesn't really bite on it, but he closes out. He gets his hands up, and Jalen Brunson just hits a step through and just hits a stupid fadeaway. It's nothing but net. Vassell could not have played better defense on the shot, and Jalen Brunson just waxes the shot. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 turnovers. Not good. 12 for 31 from the field, not good. 2 for 9 from the field, not good. 30 points is good. And if you don't watch the game and you just box score watch, you might think Jalen Brunson didn't have a great game. But if you watch the game, he had a huge impact on the game, and he closed that out in the 4th quarter like he normally does. So, again, just hats off to the Knicks fans. They had an awesome game. Carter Bryant got 4 minutes. He does knock down a free throw, so it's always good to see Carter Bryant get some minutes out there. Luke Cornett had 10 minutes. He has 1 rebound and 1 steal, so he didn't do too much out there. I think Luke Cornett will be pretty playable this series, at least when Mitch Robinson's in there. We'll probably have Luke Cornett kind of matching minutes with Mitchell Robinson whenever Robinson plays, but didn't have a big impact tonight. Harrison Barnes, he has 12 minutes. He's 0 for 2 from 3. 2 rebounds, 1 assist. My thing with Harrison Barnes, all regular season long, he starts off the regular season, he's on fire. He's shooting like 50% from 3 the first 2 months of the season. And then he falls off. He starts getting pretty cold from 3. We put him on the bench and have Champagnie starting the games instead, which was the right move to make. Now Harrison's coming off the bench, and he hasn't been giving us that much, just to be totally honest. With Devin Vassell and Julian Champagnie, just like in tonight's game, if Harrison Barnes isn't knocking down his 3-point shots, he's not giving you a lot. He's still a decent defender in the post. He doesn't make boneheaded plays, so that's one good thing about him. He is a veteran. He's not going to make stupid plays to lose you the game. But just like in tonight's game, he was 0 for 2 from 3. Only gives us the 2 rebounds. Vassell and Champagnie, they played way more minutes than him. But Vassell does have the 9 rebounds. Champagnie does have the 10 rebounds. So that's my thing with Harrison Barnes. If he's not knocking down shots, he doesn't give you a lot as a playmaker or as a rebounder. And last time he was in the finals was 10 years ago with Golden State. He had a really disappointing finals. So I'm not going to say he's a playoff dropper or a finals dropper. But he had a bad game tonight. Only plays 12 minutes, but does miss his 2 threes. There's one I remember. It's in the 4th quarter. He catches the ball. He's on the left wing. It's basically on a fast break. He has a wide open 3. He could have just caught it and just went right up with one smooth motion and shot the 3. But if y'all remember the play, he catches it. He hesitates. He does like a little jab step just to catch his balance. And then he lets it fly, but he's out of rhythm and ends up missing that 3, where if he just caught it and just went straight up into his stroke, it's a better shot, and I feel like he probably would have knocked that down. But if y'all remember that play, that was kind of concerning, to be honest. I just want to see him let the 3 rip, but if y'all remember, he hesitated, and then he takes the shot, 1 second later. He's still wide open, but that little hesitation kind of caused him to miss the shot, in my opinion. Keldon Johnson, he knocked down 2 huge threes in Game 7. I think he had a big putback as well in the 4th quarter, but Keldon, man, I'm just so worried about Keldon, dude. The tendencies he's had since he was a rookie, he still has all those same tendencies. He'll get caught He'll get caught ball watching on defense and someone gets a back cut, or he'll lose his man on defense and give up a wide open three out there. Um, he's been he's been bad all playoffs long. If we're just gonna be totally honest, I love Keldon. He's probably our most loved Spur. Him, Vassell, and Wemby, of course. Him and Vassell are our longest tenured players. So we have so much love for Keldon. He's the heart and soul of the team. But I need points and rebounds, though, dude. I don't need heart and soul at this point. I just need production. He plays the 8 minutes. He has 3 points, does knock down the 1-3. He's 1 for 4 from the field. And then he has no rebounds, assists, no steals, no blocks. And that's the thing with Keldon, dude. He hasn't been he hasn't been doing this in the playoffs, but all regular season long, he's just attacking the offensive glass, just being an offensive rebounding demon. And we haven't seen it really at all throughout the course of the entire playoffs. There was times in the Thunder series where I felt like Keldon was almost unplayable, to be totally honest. Harrison Barnes gets the 12 minutes, Keldon gets the 8 minutes, and I feel more comfortable with Harrison Barnes' minutes than I do with Keldon's minutes. I honestly feel like Harrison should probably play more minutes than Keldon in the OKC series. I felt that way. And in this series, I don't feel like that right now. But as the series goes on, we'll kind of see what happens. This is a better matchup for Keldon. He can attack Landry Shamet. He can attack Jalen Brunson, of course. I'm blanking on his name right now. Bridges is a great defender, but Keldon can be physical with him and get into the paint and probably get some pretty good looks at the rim versus Bridges. Karl Anthony Towns is a decent rim protector, but he's not some huge rim protector down there. And yeah, Keldon, there'll be times I always mention it. Let's say the ball's right here, straight away at the top of the 3 point line. Keldon's on the wing, and there's a shooter in the corner. The ball swings to Keldon, and the right play is just to immediately swing it to the corner, and he'll catch it and he'll hesitate for a second. He'll kind of look around, look at the floor, see if he can attack the guy right in front of him. Then by the time he makes the pass to the corner, the defense is already recovered, and that shot's no longer wide open. Keldon will get out of control. A lot of the times, he'll he'll hesitate with the move he wants to make, and now he's driving into the paint and trying to take some crazy shot over two big ass defenders, and just not a good shot. I feel like he'll take some bad threes out there at times as well, kind of rush some of his three balls, and he'll be the first one to tell you he's been really disappointing all playoffs long. I'm sure Keldon knows that, and I don't think he's ducking smoke. I mean, I love the Spurs, I love Keldon, but he's been disappointing, and I'm sure he wouldn't dance around that. I'm sure he'd admit that he's been disappointed as well. With that being said, it's not like I've lost hope in Keldon Johnson. I think this is a much better series than OKC was for him. I think he matches up better against these players. With that being said, Keldon, he's not a playmaker. You can't just give him the ball and expect him to get off the dribble and create plays for himself or his teammates, to be honest. My rule with Keldon, if he catches the ball, I want him to take 3 dribbles. If he takes four dribbles or more, usually something bad happens, unfortunately. Um, Most of the blame goes on Keldon. I will say, want to put a little blame on Mitch Johnson. All regular season long, I haven't seen this in the playoffs. We'll set a screen on the baseline. Keldon comes off a curl. We pass Keldon the ball. Back to my 3 dribble rule. He'll take 2 to 3 dribbles, get inside the paint, bump somebody off, and get to his hook shot, get to his floater, maybe get all the way to the rim for an easy finish. And honestly, all playoffs long, I feel like we haven't been putting Keldon in a good position to be successful. And if you're a Spurs fan, you know the play I'm talking about, where we just set that screen. Keldon comes off the baseline, comes off the curl. We pass him the ball, and he has a head of steam going down into the paint. And for whatever reason, I feel like we just haven't been running that a lot. And again, the majority of the blame, 80% of the blame goes on Keldon. Um, but I do think Mitch Johnson could do a better job just getting Keldon in positions to be successful. But again, most of the blame goes on Keldon Johnson. He wins the sixth man of the year, and he hasn't even been the second or third best bench player in a lot of these series, if we're just going to be totally honest. So yeah, I'm worried about Keldon. Hopefully he'll get it together, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I still believe in Keldon Johnson. We'll get to Fox in a second. Devin Vassell, he has 9 points. He's 4 for 11. He's 1 for 6 from three. Does have the 9 rebounds. Like I was saying with Harrison Barnes, if Harrison Barnes had this type of shooting performance, we'd probably just be killing him. Rightfully so. But Vassell gives us the 9 rebounds. He does have 3 assists, only 1 turnover. Vassell always in the right place at the right time on offense and on defense for the most part, and just gives us really high level defense, even if his shot is off. Vassell was just so great pretty much all series long against OKC that I can get over it and forgive him for having a stinker offensively in this game, even though he was really good rebounding and he was really good defensively. That last shot by Jalen Brunson, Devin Vassell played perfect defense. Jalen Brunson just hits the step back, hits the step through, and just hits a stupid fadeaway over Devin Vassell. But he played perfect defense. He didn't bite on the pump fake. And I thought he played really good defense all game long. Um, we'll just get to De'Aaron Fox right now. He's 3 for 13. It's horrible. He has 7 points. It's horrible. He's 0 for 4 from 3. It's horrible. 4 rebounds are solid. I'll take the 4 rebounds. 5 assists. I'll take that all day. If De'Aaron can have 5 or more assists, I think that's more than enough that we need from him. Did a great job. He had at least 3 assists to Julian Champagny, where he's just throwing cross-court passes, just beautiful skip passes for wide open threes for Julian Champagny. Since De'Aaron Fox got back, Stephon Castle's turnovers have cut down like crazy, and it's no coincidence. I've heard Spurs fans saying, we've heard it different times throughout the season. I've never been on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon as a Spurs fan. I'm still not on it right now. I thought De'Aaron Fox was really good early in the season when we were missing Wemby. Kind of kept us afloat, and we won a lot of games without Wembanyama. In the playoffs, in the Portland Trailblazers series, he basically closed out Game 4 and Game 5 for us. He was awesome in the fourth quarter. He gets the high ankle sprain in the Minnesota series, but I thought he was pretty decent. In the Minnesota series, he's playing through injuries, misses Game 1 and 2 against the Thunder, and then once he gets back Game 3, he didn't have any crazy performances, but just us having him out there as a turnover suppressor made life so much easier on Stephon Castle. Speaking of turnovers, De'Aaron Fox does have the 3 turnovers in this game. One of them, he's trying to throw the cross-court pass to Julian Champagny, and it got picked off by Micheal Bridges. That was one of those turnovers. Does have the one steal. He rips Jalen Brunson one-on-one and just gets an easy dunk on the other end. So that was one of his 3 field goals he made. The other shot he made, it's on a fast break. Devin Vassell passing the ball, just a wide open layup. So those are two just wide open field goals that nobody would miss. And then his third bucket, it was in the fourth quarter. He gets to a spot. He gets to a spot pretty much whenever he wants. He gets right there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. He's maybe 1 foot inside the free throw line, pulls up for his patented jumper, and he usually just knocks him down like crazy. That is his shot. That's his shot diet. He wants to get right there, get 2 feet in the paint, and gets that mid-range jumper, and he just was not knocking them down, dude. 3 for 13 again. One was off the steal he had. One was off the Devin Vassell pass for just a wide open layup. And then realistically, he created one bucket for himself, and that was that mid-range jumper in the fourth quarter. Another one, it's a minute and a half left. Same thing. De'Aaron Fox gets right there. He's maybe 2 feet outside the restricted area, pulls up for his mid-range jumper. We're down 2 points. I'm thinking, I'm just thinking he's gonna knock this down because he usually knocks those shots down, but for the majority of the playoffs, he just hasn't been knocking those shots down. On that play, kind of looked like Wemby was open down low for maybe a lob. Or if De'Aaron Fox misses the shot, he would probably be able to get the offensive rebound. But that one really hurt. I mean, De'Aaron Fox is a max contract player. Everything that's happened up until this point, whatever bad performances De'Aaron Fox has, I don't care. We're here in the finals. We paid you. That shot he missed with a minute and a half left to tie the game, we're paying you max contract money to make those shots, and it's just inexcusable, dude. As far as the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon, I'm not there. I'm not on it yet. If we win the NBA championship, which hopefully we will, then I'm not going to be on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon, of course, if we're able to win the title. If we win the title in spite of De'Aaron Fox, if he has a bunch of other performances like this, which I don't think he's going to have, then I will be on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon. To be totally honest, De'Aaron Fox is making $50 million next year. If we did get off De'Aaron Fox and we sign three other solid role players for like $16-17 million each, I think that might be better for our team than De'Aaron Fox. Spurs fans make him the scapegoat every time we lose games for the most part. I think I wouldn't give him all the blame, but he deserves the bulk of the blame for this loss. He plays really good defense. He had a really good game defensively, like he normally does, but again, 3 for 13 for 7 points, 0 for 4 from 3. He's not a great 3-point shooter, so it's going to come and go, but it's just inexcusable, dude. I do like that he took the 13 shots. Keep on shooting out there, dude. I want De'Aaron to be aggressive and always take shots. So I thought he did a good job doing that. But throughout the entire playoffs, Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle have outperformed De'Aaron Fox. They've consistently played better than De'Aaron Fox for the entire playoffs, and this is our veteran. This is what we brought De'Aaron Fox in to do, and we don't need him to score 12 points every single fourth quarter. We don't need De'Aaron Fox to score 25 points or even 20 points every single game. He had 15 points in game 7 against OKC, and I thought he had an amazing game. He just controlled the pace. Every shot he made, it felt like it was to kill some kind of run OKC was on. And again, for you to only make one shot, because again, he gets the steal against Brunson, wide open layup, gets the pass from Devin Vassell, wide open layup. For you to only self-create one shot and knock down one self-created shot and play 38 minutes in the game, it's just inexcusable. Just like I was saying with Keldon Johnson, they both know they had a bad game. They're going to hold themselves accountable, and they're going to beat themselves up more than any of us are beating them up. I don't want to use the word that sounds bad, to beat yourself up, but they're going to hold themselves more accountable than any of us are. So I expect De'Aaron Fox to bounce back and have a better game. But if he keeps playing like this, of course, if he has fucking 4 or 5 more single digit scoring games, then I am on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon. I haven't said that all season long. But we brought you here for this. We brought you here to make some big shots in the fourth quarter, or just make some shots in general throughout the game. And the most frustrating thing was De'Aaron Fox, he's getting to his spots. He gets to his spot pretty much whenever he wants, it feels like, and he's just missing mid-range jumper after mid-range jumper. He's getting 2 feet in the paint, getting to the spot right there outside the restricted area where he loves to knock down that little teardrop floater, and he just not knocking those down. I don't think he looks scared out there. I don't think the stage is too big for De'Aaron or anything like that. And yeah, man, he just had a stinker. and he's had a handful of stinkers in the playoffs. And I am I'm not on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon quite yet, like I said, but my patience is running out, dude. You can't have Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper outplaying you for the entire playoffs, to be honest, because I think Castle and Harper have just been consistently better than De'Aaron Fox for the whole playoffs. Again, he does close game 4 and game 5 for us against the Portland Trailblazers, and we're going to need De'Aaron Fox to close out at least 1 or 2 games for us if we want to win the finals. And I'm just running out of patience, dude. He's had a handful of stinkers in the playoffs, and just like this game, I just brush him off and I just say De'Aaron's going to come back and have a better game next game. I'm going to do that for this performance. I still trust De'Aaron. I think he's going to be better next game, but the stinkers are piling up, dude. If he has even two more stinkers like this here in the finals, I probably will be on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon. If he has 2 more stinkers like this in the NBA finals, we're probably not gonna win the finals unless Wemby can have some godlike performances, which he can. But again, just a really disappointing performance for De'Aaron Fox. He deserves the bulk of the blame for why we lost this game. And I've been a huge De'Aaron Fox defender all season long, and I'm just getting tired of it. I shouldn't need to be defending De'Aaron Fox. He should just be playing better than this. Just a really disappointing game. I'm not gonna put all the blame on De'Aaron Fox's game, but he's the biggest reason why we lost this game. We already talked about Vassell. Champagne again, he's 5 for 10 from 3, scores 16 points. I think he made all 5 of his threes in the first half, it felt like. Has the 10 rebounds out there as well, so he has the double-double. Just like I was saying with Harrison Barnes, when Harrison Barnes is off shooting the ball, he doesn't give us that much. When Champagne has off shooting nights, he usually still gives us 7 or more rebounds, but he was on shooting the ball. He was on rebounding the ball, and it's disappointing for Champagne to have such a great game and for us to end up losing the game. He has 0 turnovers. Of course, he doesn't have any turnovers. He's going to catch the ball and he's going to shoot it. He's not going to dribble or do anything else. He's just going to catch and shoot. And I love it. Um, he was just shooting the shit out of the ball. Hopefully, Champagne can keep shooting the ball like this. Hopefully, De'Aaron Fox can step up. And I think we have a great chance at winning the series. I feel like the Spurs lost this game more than the Knicks won the game. But again, I'm just going to give the Knicks all the credit. They were awesome out there. Castle, he has the 17 points. He's 7 for 16, so not great efficiency. He is 1 for 5 from 3. He's been shooting the three ball really well all playoffs long, but he did have a bit of an off game tonight. Does have the 8 rebounds, 3 assists, only 2 turnovers. So again, De'Aaron Fox has really taken a lot of pressure off of Stephon Castle as far as the ball handling duties go. But again, dude, I don't even talk about Dylan yet. Dylan has 16. Castle has 16. I need 15 points from you, De'Aaron. If you can give us 15 points, we win this game. Again, I'm not on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon, but he deserves the bulk of the blame for this loss, if we're just going to be totally honest. Thought Castle had a solid game. Next game, he probably goes 2 for 5 from 3, and we hopefully end up winning the game. But I had no problem with Stephon Castle's game. He played really good defense on Jalen Brunson. Brunson still had his 30 points, but he had to take 31 shots. I'd like to see Stephon Castle just be more attached to Jalen Brunson. We were conceding the switch on a lot of plays in the pick and rolls. And I think next game, Mitch Johnson's just going to say, just stay on Jalen Brunson. You and Jalen Brunson are playing one-on-one. I don't care what else is happening. Other than that, just stay attached to Jalen Brunson all game long. Not so much Stephon Castle's fault. I had mentioned the play earlier where Jalen Brunson gets that tip out for the offensive rebound, relocates for the corner. Knicks are down 1, and he knocks down that big three ball to put him up 2 points. Wasn't so much Castle's fault on that one. It was off an offensive rebound, but I expect Mitch Johnson just to tell Stephon Castle next game, that's the guy you're guarding. You're playing one-on-one, and your entire game plan is just stay attached to Jalen Brunson all game long. But I thought Castle had a good performance out there. I thought he did enough on his end to help us win the game, even though we didn't. Harper was amazing. He has 16 points. He's 6 for 10, 1 for 4 from 3. He has the 8 rebounds out there as well. He's talking shit. He's just dogging dudes. He has a play against Micheal Bridges where he's going left. He just leans in and just gets a little floater right over Micheal Bridges. It was a really physical play. Has a nasty reverse layup. I want to say it's in the second quarter. He's on the left corner and just drives down and just gets a nasty left-handed reverse layup. He has 0 turnovers out there. Or actually, he has 1 turnover out there. I'm hearing Spurs fans. The Spurs fans that are on the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon are also on the start Dylan Harper bandwagon. I'm kind of on the bandwagon with you guys. I think Dylan Harper is good enough to start. He's definitely good enough to be a starting point guard in the NBA right now. He could probably start next season and average 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists. To be totally honest, I do think he's that good. If Dylan Harper is the starting point guard, now OG Anunoby is guarding him. Micheal Bridges is guarding him. De'Aaron Fox always gets the number 1 perimeter defender from the other team. That's not an excuse to shoot 3 for 13, but if we don't have De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper is the starting point guard, now he's drawing the number 1 defender, the number 1 perimeter defender from the other team, and I still think he's going to be great, but Dylan Harper can't create his own shot like De'Aaron Fox can. He can't get to the midi and just get high-quality mid-range shots all game long like De'Aaron Fox can. De'Aaron Fox was getting to his spots. He was getting high-quality mid-range shots, and he just wasn't knocking them down tonight. So I do love Dylan Harper, of course. He had an amazing performance. He's just dogging guys out there. He's talking shit. He's flexing on boys, and I love to see it. I love Dylan Harper. Dylan Harper is going to be a better player than De'Aaron Fox once Dylan Harper gets into his prime. I honestly don't think it's really going to be a close thing. Probably by the time we were in January of the season, I'm thinking Dylan Harper's definitely going to be a future All-Star. By the time we're in March, I'm probably thinking Dylan Harper's definitely going to be a future All-NBA player. Where we're at right now, Dylan Harper is definitely going to be a superstar player in the NBA, probably within the next 2 or 3 years. De'Aaron Fox, he's on the 4-year contract, so by the time Fox's contract is up, Dylan Harper would be turning 23 or 24 years old, and he's just going to be a full-blown superstar by that point. But I don't think I think he's ready to be a starting point guard, but with that being said, I don't think we're better off starting Dylan over De'Aaron Fox, even though De'Aaron Fox didn't have a good game this game. One thing I had a problem with, Dylan plays 27 minutes and he doesn't finish the game. I was confused about that. We would have taken out probably Devin Vassell to put in Dylan Harper if we went that route. In the OKC series, we're closing out most of the games that Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox, and Dylan Harper out there. Maybe even in this game, just with how De'Aaron Fox was playing, maybe put Dylan Harper in there with Vassell and Champagnie and the boys, just with how great Dylan Harper was playing in this game. I would rather see us end the game with De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper. We were playing that 3-guard lineup to close out the majority of the games against OKC, and that 3-guard lineup is awesome. Stephon Castle just drives with violence. Dylan Harper drives with finesse and strength. De'Aaron Fox drives just with speed. He just blows by everyone. When they're trying to defend him, again, he's blowing by guys in this game. Get into his mid-range jumpers, get into his floaters, and just wasn't able to knock them down. And he hasn't been able to knock them down for a lot of the playoffs, and again, I am worried about De'Aaron Fox. But with that being said, if you're on the start Dylan Harper bandwagon, I'm there with you. I think he is. I don't think he is. He definitely is good enough to be a starting point guard on an NBA team. But again, I still think he's developing. I don't think us starting Dylan Harper and having probably OG Anunoby guarding him, I don't think he would do as well as De'Aaron Fox as far as just setting up our offense and just running the show as a point guard. Again, Dylan Harper is going to be better than De'Aaron Fox probably within in the next 3 years. I feel like he'll for sure be better than De'Aaron Fox. When Dylan Harper is in his prime's going to be better than De'Aaron Fox's prime. I think it's going to be way better, to be honest, and that's saying a lot because De'Aaron Fox was like 25 points and 6 assists when he was in his prime. He's 28 years old. He still should be in his prime. But again, hopefully we just get a better performance by him. But yeah, Dylan Harper was just amazing out there. Finally, to the GOAT himself, Wemby 6 for 21, 6, 12, 18. He's under 33% from the field, so that's terrible. He's 2 for 9 from 3, so that's terrible. 12 for 13 from the line, did a good job getting to the free throw line. Only misses 1 free throw, so that's great from the line. 12 rebounds, that's great. Josh Hart got more rebounds than Wemby, but Josh Hart's just a dog out there. 26 and 12, you hear that. You think that's good stats. It is good stats. That's a good double-double. Has the 3 blocks, 1 steal. Only 2 assists, but we have De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper and Stephon Castle. I've heard people saying Wemby should be more of an offensive hub. They need to run more of the offense through Wemby. No, we don't, dude. We need to run the offense through De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, and Dylan Harper. Wemby shouldn't be the one passing you the ball. Wemby should be the guy you're passing the ball to just to get easy alley-oops. Get him the ball in the mid-post so we can shoot those free throw line jumpers. And, yeah, Wemby just had a bad game, dude. He has 26 points and 12 rebounds. He's the future GOAT out there. So, again, 26 and 12, it's good numbers just from a scoring standpoint and a rebounding standpoint. But, again, 6 for 21, it's just terrible out there. He knocks down a 3-ball in the first quarter, knocks down that nice little mid-range jumper, his first shot of the game. And then, I don't know, he just wasn't able to knock down his shots. He had a nice drive. He blows by Mitch Robinson and gets that nasty left-handed dunk. I want to say that was in the fourth quarter. He gets against Mitch Robinson as well. He's kind of dancing on him and gets a nice little step back 3 in the fourth quarter as well. He takes the 21 shots, takes more shots than anybody on the team, like he should in 95% of the games. He was aggressive out there. I heard people saying Wemby looked a little tired out there. Maybe he is. I didn't feel like I saw him looking winded out there too many times, but just with his 3-ball being a little short out there, he probably is. He probably is a little tired out there. I'm sure Wemby will come out Friday and have his second wind, and I think he'll be just fine. De'Aaron Fox is the biggest reason we lost the game. Even with Wemby going 6 for 21 out there, he did enough to win the game. He didn't take over at the end of the game, and we'd like to see him do that, of course, but again, that's why we signed De'Aaron Fox. When it's close games down the stretch, we have De'Aaron Fox out there to not take over the entire game. Again, I don't need De'Aaron Fox to score 12 or more points every single fourth quarter, but we need him to knock down some shots. We need him to help out Wemby, especially in a game like this. These types of games are exactly why we brought in De'Aaron Fox. Again, I already mentioned it. I want to say it was 95 to 97. De'Aaron Fox gets right there inside the free throw line, pulls up for his signature mid-range jumper. Feels like he's going to make it every single time he shoots it, but it's just been so off for most of the playoffs, and that's why we have De'Aaron Fox, just to not to make every single shot down the stretch, but at least to go back and forth with Wemby. And again, that shot is just stuck in my brain. It's a minute and a half left. Could have tied the game, and De'Aaron Fox just ended up missing that shot. But yeah, man, Wemby's 26 and 12. He has 3 blocks. He always has a huge impact out there defensively. He's guarding Karl Anthony Towns a lot of the game, and Karl Anthony Towns just did a great job keeping him out of the paint and just opening things up for the rest of his teammates with the way he was spacing out the court. Wemby has the 6 turnovers. That was really bad out there. The one that sticks out to me, it was I want to say it was the last minute of the game. Wemby's off the dribble. He just dribbles off his foot and forgot what happened on the other end, but he just dribbles off of his foot and it was a huge turnover. Want to say that was the last minute of the game. With Wemby, he plays he plays like a guard, of course. I heard somebody mentioning the other day. I feel like they have a pretty good point. Wemby's gonna need to lean into playing more like a guard, predominantly playing more like a guard, or lean into predominantly playing like a big man. And I think that's a good point. He's of course always going to have guard skills and big man skills, but it's Wemby's 3rd year. Wemby doesn't have a go-to move. He doesn't have a Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway. He doesn't have a sky hook. He doesn't even have a go-to spot on the court. Probably right there at the free throw line, right there at the elbow is the place you want him to catch the ball. But I've watched all of Wemby's games. It's 3 years now into his career, and he doesn't have a go-to shot. Again, I'm a Spurs fan. I've watched all of his games. He can do so many different things. With Wemby, it's like he has a pistol, a knife, he has a sword, and he has a rifle. He has all these different weapons he can go to. And I just need Wemby to get a baseball bat. Just get a baseball bat and just beat the shit out of people with your baseball bat. And he does not have a baseball bat in his bag yet. I always mention with Wemby, he's put on 30 pounds since he was a rookie. So you can tell he's gotten so much stronger. His balance is so much better. And he deals with physicality much better than he used to. He's not a guy you're just going to dump it down to him and he's going to back somebody down and just get easy shots in the low post. And that's kind of where it comes down to. I think Wemby needs to put on 10 or 15 more pounds, just no matter what. And I think he's going to do that. Even if he wants to lean into the guard play, I still think he needs to put on a bit more weight just so he can keep his balance, kind of get into that shoulder bump and create more separation that way. And just play better through physicality. Again, he's way better than he was as a rookie, than he was as a sophomore. He's gotten so much stronger. But again, Wemby's been working on stuff his whole career, of course. I think as a rookie, his rookie year, he's just trying to put on muscle, just trying to figure out what's going on in the NBA, kind of figure that out. We get to his sophomore season, Spurs are tanking, he's jacking up just a shitload of threes, and he got comfortable shooting threes off the dribble and just got more comfortable shooting his 3 ball in general. So now he's cut down his 3-point attempts, but we see his 3 ball looks way better than it did when he was a rookie, and he looks way more comfortable getting to his 3 balls off the dribble. But what I want to see from Wemby, I want to see him spend a summer with Dirk Nowitzki, dude. Just, again, get stronger so you can get to the elbow, you can get to the free throw line. People can't push you off that spot. Catch the ball, turn around, face up, and you can just rip a free throw line jumper. You can rip a jumper at the elbow whenever you want to. He can hit the pump fake, take one dribble, and now you're dunking on someone at the rim. You're drawing a foul on someone at the rim. If you catch the ball right there at the free throw line and someone tries to help from down low, you can get an easy dump off in the dunker spot. If someone tries to help from the corner and they try to double you from the corner, it's easy kickouts to Devin Vassell, Julian Champagny, Dylan Harper, whoever it is for wide open threes. So that's what I expect Wemby to do over the offseason. He knows he doesn't have a go-to move. Everyone knows it. And again, I'm sure he's the person that's the most aware of him not having a go-to move. So over the summertime, I think he's going to do it. I think that's the main thing Wemby needs to focus on. Again, he has a pistol, a rifle, he has a knife, he has a samurai sword, but he doesn't have a baseball bat. I need Wemby to get a baseball bat and just learn how to beat the shit out of people with his baseball bat. And I think his baseball bat is going to be just catching the ball at the free throw line, catching the ball at the elbow, because he's already effective. He can shoot those little free throw line jumpers and be pretty efficient on them. But I just want to see him get into the lab. If he works with Dirk and gets that 1 foot fadeaway, then it's over for the NBA. But again, I just need to see Wemby develop a go-to move, because when it gets down into crunch time, again, we expect De'Aaron Fox to step up and at least make some of those shots down the stretch. Again, I haven't lost hope in De'Aaron Fox. I'm not all aboard the trade De'Aaron Fox bandwagon, but I've lost a lot of confidence in him just with the entire playoffs and especially after this game. But again, if Wemby had a go-to shot, then we can just dump it down to him at the free throw line, at the elbow, and he can have a go-to move and just get the baseball bat, because he needs a baseball bat in his arsenal of weapons. But again, shout out to the Knicks, shout out Knicks fans. Awesome game, awesome basketball to watch as an NBA fan, and y'all broke my heart in game one as a Spurs fan. But it's just game one. We're not going to freak out too much about it, and we'll see how things go for game two. But please like and subscribe. I'm trying to hit 7 million subscribers. Let me know what you thought about the Knicks' performance. Let me know what you thought about the Spurs' performance as well. Like the video, hate the video, tell your friends, do something to it, and we'll see y'all next time.